Phoenix Suns playing host to the LA Clippers. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. Fires the three, and a putback slam.
Ooh, establishing the glass early, but the defense has to be better at boxing out.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers, so it stays with Phoenix. Booker, tough matchup against George. 4-3, his first effort, off the mark. Beverly, and that's a backcourt violation.
Come on.
Devin Booker, look out, Devin Booker, missed his first, that one goes.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Oh, emphatic slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Booker. And the Clippers able to clear the board. Leonard to George. Leonard, oh, nice swat. And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Devin Booker. That won't go. Clippers have the basketball. Paul George to Leonard. George to Beverly. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. The jumper's off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
The pass set it all up.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
You've got to get that one to go. To Beverly. Beyond the arc for 3. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23,
Rubio. Even to Zubats with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Strong finish for Paul George.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Goes to the left side, lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
The monster stuff. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Paul George passed it off to Paul George from long range. That no good, off the mark. Here's a chance from long range, and the rebound taken in by George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And the Clippers have the rebound. Williams across the timeline. Leads 5. To George. For 3. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Fires the 3, and he knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Paul George. Beverly. Can't get the bounce. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Kelly Oubre. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he buries it.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Leonard. That's good D. Shot no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
No good. The follow won't go either. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
And Kawhi Leonard buries the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Leonard.
To number 25. That's his second personal foul.
Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. And he hits the second. Perfect from the line. Hits all 3 of them.
Number 11, Jamal Crawford.
Deep left corner. Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Picked up. Here we go. Leonard. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, Get to the free throw line. See the ball go in the hole.
Fires the three. It's good for three.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
George goes to the right side. Kawhi Leonard. Not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Crawford. Not that time. He misses. Here's the call. Intentional foul. Referee all over it.
It's way too early in the game to be intentionally fouling like that. Keep your cool, man. Calm down.
Subbing in for Phoenix, number 1,
Leonard to George. 4-3. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Booker against George. Beyond the arc for three. Working. Slams it home on the putback. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
stepping in for the Suns, number 11, Ricky Rubio. 1 minute left in the second quarter.
Booker. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Zubac in a matchup with Booker. Suns with the basketball. Great pass to set it up. Ricky Rubio. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
George from the outside, no good. Into the front court, it's Booker. Down three. DeAndre Ayton to Rubio. Kawhi Leonard sends it away. He throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Knocks down the three-pointer. .15-footer at the buzzer. It's good at the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we hit the break. Time expires to end the first half. The Clippers are out in front. Tight game through the first two quarters as we resume play here in the third.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Leonard. And the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Booker to Mikal Bridges. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Drills the three.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
It's Phoenix ball. Mikal Bridges to Kelly Oubre. From long range, buries the three.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
steps out and hits.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I mean, really, is it really difficult to box out these days?
A pass stolen by Phoenix.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Team foul number 1.
Booker with it. Lead is 2. Clippers have it. Ah, rocking the rim.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Leonard to Paul George. Trying to cash in, and he knocks it down, Jay.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. To Booker. For 3. Second effort, and a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George, he engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Booker to Mikal Bridges. Fires the 3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Going to launch beyond the arc and knocks it down.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Whoa! What a finish!
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Referees called it. That was intentional. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Paul George, great feed. Stuffs it down with authority.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Count it.
People at home, did you know that Aaron Baines played rugby growing up? He knows no other way but to be physical on the court because that's how he leaves his mark.
Throws it down. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Beverly. That one off the mark. It's no good. Phoenix has the ball to Booker. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Montrezl Harrell snatching it out of the air. Throws it down. Got it.
2 points.
the Suns come up with the steal. That ends the third quarter. We have a tie ball game. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ballgame.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Strong finish for Paul George.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Booker to Crawford. Booker. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Leonard. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Over and back. Changes coming from both sides right now. Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
The best basketball. And I know I'm saying this, and I shouldn't be saying it because I'm calling the broadcast, but as a player and a fan, you know you tune in to the fourth. This is where guys earn their paychecks. This is where you see real fight and real hustle.
Devin Booker, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Dario Saric with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dario Saric. Straight down the middle, 4-2.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Booker, you can't do that.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Booker gets it in the right corner. To Booker. Add 2 points to the board.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, working hard there, collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
It's good.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Booker to Kelly Oubre. To Booker. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Time for some new personnel into the game.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, number 4.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Kelly Oubre.
Good trap, good trap.
Buries it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Booker has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
George, that's how you defend. Into the front court, it's Booker. The deficit now up to 5. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
George. Booker with it. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Goes to the left side. Mikal Bridges to Booker. Lets it fly from long range. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Now the Clippers call a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Has a look. Patrick Beverly. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5. Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout. Let's see what they come up with. Down a point here in the final minute. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. "15-footer for the win. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they just squeak this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.